Hey guys, my name is Funpuro. With the incoming durability changes, we might see certain shifts in itemization. In this video, I want to talk about the new Void Staff versus the new Demonic Embrace. Both items are getting hit, so Void Staff is having its percent magic pen reduced from 45% to 40%, and Demonic Embrace is having its burn damage reduced from 2% for melee and 1.2% for range to 1.8% for melee and 1.0% for range based on max health. Now I want to create equations and inequality to determine the MR threshold needed for Void Staff to do more damage using various HP values. These HP values will correspond to various types of champions like tanks, bruisers, and squishies. Now these are the two equations I'll be using. The top equation represents the damage for Void Staff, and the bottom equation will represent the equation for Demonic Embrace. So to test damage values, I'll be using a level 9 Cho'Gath who has max points in Q, and his Q will be the ability that we're testing the damages on. So I'm not considering the extra HP he might get from his ultimate. This was purely based on AP values and HP values from items and a hypothetical enemy. Starting with the squishy case, where the enemy might have 1300 HP, they must have at least 88.11 MR for Void Staff to do more damage than Demonic Embrace. Now in the bruiser case, I used an enemy who had around 2200 HP, and when I plug in the values into the equations, the magic resist value of the enemy target must exceed 215.83 MR for Void Staff to do more damage than Demonic Embrace. Lastly, there's a tank case where the HP value used was around 3000 HP, and the enemy must have at least 523.25 MR for Void Staff to do more damage. And just to give you the conditions that these equations were used, it was a level 9 Cho'Gath who had max points in Q, and we are using Everfrost in either Void Staff or Demonic Embrace. Well, this was on a melee champion like Cho'Gath. Let's try this now on a ranged champion. So the ranged champion that we're going to use is a level 9 Malzahar with a max level E, meaning that will do 220 damage with 80% AP over 4 seconds. Now, using the same conditions as before in regards to the HP depending on the class of the champion, when we plug our values into the equations, we will get that in a squishy case, the enemy must have at least 59.87 MR for Void Staff to do more damage. In the bruiser case, the enemy must have at least 123.19 MR for Void Staff to do more damage. And then in the tank case, the enemy must have at least 219.01 MR for Void Staff to do more damage than Demonic Embrace. Now these MR values do seem high and might favor Demonic Embrace. However, all champions are having their HP values increased and their MR values increased. So personally, I think that champions who are able to spam their abilities as well as are able to use damage over time abilities will have higher value because it's hard to burst champions now due to all the increased HP and MR, and sustained damage will now just become more valuable. So in tips to be able to determine what item to go, I recommend clicking on the enemy champions and then examining their MR values to help guide you in determining what item to purchase. Also, if you want, you can use these equations to test damage values on the champions that you play. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what you would like to see next. Remember to check out my new Discord server where you can talk more about League and possible future video ideas. Also, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.